Hi, everyone. Welcome to Jasmine's First Impression Sports Talk. And today I have an amazing guest with me, Kosha Irby, Chief Marketing Officer of PBR, Professional Bull Riding. So let's get started.
Welcome to Jasmine Pollock's First Impression Sports Talk, the fastest growing sports talk show in the country. And now, here's your host, Jasmine Pollock.
Welcome back, everyone. And here I am, Jasmine's First Impression Sports Talk. And here I have an amazing guest with me, Kosha Irby. Hi, Kosha. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's amazing for you to be here. I have so many questions for you. I'm really excited for this conversation.
Well, me too.
Yeah, just to get started, PBR, Professional Bull Riding. How did that start for you? Where did that idea come from? How did you get there?
Well, it was a windy road, but one of the things that I take pride in is trying to take the road less traveled. And so if you look at my career, I started out in college athletics, left college athletics to go to professional touring with WWE, left WWE to go start a professional football league, left that football league to now go and work with cowboys who strap themselves to 2,000-pound bulls and try to hold on for 8 seconds. And it basically came about, I had a chance to meet the CEO, Sean Gleason. We were talking about what they can do to expand their business internationally, and we hit it off. And today I'm now CMO.
Wow, that's amazing. And how was the marketing aspect of it, working in the football league and working in WWE? Because I know those are very big sports.
The marketing aspect is kind of the same but different. And what I mean by that is, when it comes to marketing, I don't care if you're marketing a YMCA summer league, if you're marketing a church league, if you're marketing kickball, dodgeball, cell phones, it's all the same thing, trying to get the right message to the right people through the right mediums. What changes in that, or the art of that, is the product, the people, and those mediums you use are kind of going to be manipulated, but it's just like riding a bike. I'm selling wrestling matches in one way, I'm selling football games another way, and now I'm selling bull riding events. It's all the same cadence, all the same protocols, all the same muscle memory. It's just, in a different environment. So, if you can market, you can market.
Gotcha, for sure. And you mentioned riding a bull for 8 seconds. Now, have you ridden a bull before?
I learned very quickly that I am a better talker than a bull rider any day of the week, and I'm going to stick by that principle.
And how do you guys recruit those guys to bull ride? Like, how does that happen?
Well, it's actually a tougher process than you would think, right? When it comes to some of the stick and ball sports, baseball, soccer, football, track and field, wrestling, it's easy to gravitate into that because you usually have a high school program, an AAU program that kind of feeds and teaches those guys how to do it. There's not a lot of bull riding in high school, and it's one of those things that you either grow up on a farm, you grow up around other bull riders before you kind of get the courage to strap yourself to this animal and hold on. So our process is quite simple. We go where bull riders congregate and try to find them. But one of the things that we are learning is, you got guys in this business making $6-7 million, and you're starting to hear a lot of other people talk about that. And we're getting a lot of athletes that are finding us on YouTube. Prime example is a guy named Ezekiel Mitchell, great bull rider. Just started watching bull riding on YouTube, learned the techniques, found the proper coaching, and is now one of our premier riders in the nation, actually in the world, for that matter. So he's ranked in the top 35 in the world, but pretty much got his start in Houston watching YouTube videos.
And that's really cool. And we'll be right back here on Jasmine's First Impression Sports Talk. And that is Kosha Irby, Chief Marketing Officer of Professional Bull Riding. We'll be right back.
Water. It's everywhere. We drink it, we bathe with it, we cook with it. Coffee's made with water. Toilets won't flush without it. It's used for washing clothes, dishes, utensils, pots, pans, floors, and our teeth. Plants and crops need water, animals drink it, and fish need it too. And don't forget, we can have a lot of fun in the water. Water. What will we do without it? You're watching Jasmine Pollock's First Impression Sports Talk. Stay in touch with Jasmine on her social media channels to see videos, featured guest interviews, and much more. Find Jasmine on LinkedIn by searching Jasmine Pollock. On Instagram, it's at GameSpace_sports. And you can find Jasmine on YouTube by searching GameSpace Sports Content. First Impression Sports Talk airs each Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can see the show live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. If you missed the live show, we have you covered. A recorded version is always available on social media. And now, back to more First Impression Sports Talk.
Hi, welcome back, everyone. I'm Jasmine from Jasmine's First Impression Sports Talk here with Kosha Irby. And Kosha, I want to go back to what you said about there's not enough professional bull riding in high school. Now, are you guys trying to expand to high school? I know there's a lot of, safety regulations with that, but are you guys trying to expand to high school?
Absolutely. There is an association that already does this, the National High School Rodeo Association, and they have installations across the United States in various high school federations and whatnot. So the recruitment process is already there. But the gap that you kind of see sometimes is that gap, and there's collegiate programs out there as well. You look at UNLV Rodeo Club. There's plenty peppered throughout Canada as well as throughout some of our western and southern states. So there is programming there. However, when you're trying to find the top 35 bull riders in the world, you gotta figure out a way to develop those skills a lot earlier, sound technique, sound fundamentals, and so that when they do strap themselves to one of the best bucking bulls in the world, they're prepared physically for that. And it starts well before high school. You got some kids that are in the juniors, which there are plenty of leagues out there. There are plenty of camps and teachers that are trying to do that, but like most sports, we want to make sure that they get the proper technique, proper coaching, proper fundamentals, so that one, they can protect themselves, and two, they can have some longevity in the sport.
And I agree with that. I think it's really interesting that that's because where I am in Florida, never we'll only see it on the internet. You only see professional bull riding on the internet, but it's not as big here in my area. And I would love to see that. It'll be very interesting, even though I'm terrified of that. So for sure, I'm like, no, I can't deal with that. But for sure, for the last question of the day, Kosha, before we head out of here, what does it take to be a very good marketer in professional bull riding, and how is the atmosphere in with the fans and everything like that?
Atmosphere is unlike any other. Bull riding bull riding and live events are congregators. They're congregators of people to come together for a common cause of celebrating the sport, witnessing the sport, and having a great experience with the sport. And as a marketer, my job is to try to curate an experience that everybody can leave from with a positive experience. So that extends to the athletes, that extends to our stock contractors, our employees, and that extends to our fans. And I like to say that I like these 3 P's of marketing that I got to master. That's going to be your people, your product, and your patrons. If you understand those 3 and can figure out a way to maneuver those 3 together, you're going to create a good experience. And that's what I think most marketers need to focus on as they go forward.
And I agree with that. And marketing is very big in sports in general. Marketing is a very, very important piece to get fans, to keep fans engaged and keep the sport alive. So thank you, Kosha Irby, for joining me today on Jasmine's First Impression Sports Talk. Thank you. It was a pleasure having you today.
Always a pleasure.
Of course. And everyone, please make sure you stay tuned for professional bull riding and just, start looking into that. It's a very interesting sport. And I want to thank everyone for joining me today. Thank you, Leon, for the production. Thank you, Kelly, for the announcing. And I will definitely see you guys here on Jasmine's First Impression Sports Talk next Monday here at 8 p.m. Have a good one.